live, where we're joined by I-24 News Europe correspondent Jonathan Sacerdoti, ready with some further updates as it comes right now this morning, and some new information coming out.
That's right, Yael. According to Belgian radio, the police have now said that they have the names of two of those bombers, who were also two brothers and are Belgian citizens, which reopens discussion of these British-born jihadis in Britain, European-born jihadis in Europe, and here, Belgian-born jihadis in Brussels. These people who are attacking and blowing up targets within Europe, who are actually Europeans themselves. Often they've gone to Syria and Iraq, trained with ISIS, and then come back to wreak havoc. As you can hear right now, sirens still going off. 3 ambulances just whizzed past us, about 3 or 4 different troop carriers with army personnel in them. Brussels is definitely not in a place where it can calm down just yet.
Not just calming down, but operations still going on. I'm assuming, Jonathan, do we have any idea where those operations are heading, or just a city under, not, I don't want to say siege, but, you know, a city terrorized?
Well, the city is still in some ways under lockdown. The airport closed, international airport, people staying in as much as they can, and that enormous manhunt still going on across Brussels and Belgium at large, and even Europe. The intelligence services, after these sorts of attacks, have to try to figure out what happened and also try to see if anything else is imminent. Those 2 synchronized attacks yesterday within very close succession of each other. Nobody knows, of course, if there was going to be a third at the time, and similarly, nobody quite knows what might happen over the coming days. But it's a race against time to try to find the culprits who are still alive. It's a race against time to try to find out how these networks really fit together, and to try to use the intelligence they have from those CCTV images we've seen. Of course, those stills that have been put out across the world media are just a tiny fraction of what police and intelligence services will be looking at themselves from hours possibly of footage, and also camera phone footage taken by the people who were caught up in these sorts of attacks. All of that being pieced together along with forensic evidence. The forensic teams just behind me have been working away since the attack took place in those white forensic suits, looking for tiny traces of anything that could give a clue, whether it's the kind of explosive being used in order to link this to other terrorist attacks, perhaps with that fingerprint terrorist sign of the particular explosive that ISIS have been using across all those attacks in Paris and elsewhere in Europe. All of these clues will help them piece together exactly how the network is operating, and will help them figure out where and when this could strike next.
And hopefully prevent that. Jonathan Sacerdoti, live for us from Brussels. I want to thank you. In studio, I-24 News.